Deuteronomy chapter 8. Guard to do every command which I command you today, that you might live and shall increase and go in, and shall possess the land of which Yah swore to your fathers. And you shall remember that Yah your father led you all the way these 40 years in the wilderness to humble you, prove you, to know what is in your heart, whether you guard his commands or not. And he humbled you and let you suffer hunger, and fed you with manna which you did not know, nor did your fathers know, to make you know that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of Yah. Your garments did not wear out on you, nor did your foot swell these 40 years. Thus you shall know in your heart that as a man disciplines his son, so Yah your father disciplines you. Therefore you shall guard the commands of Yah your father, to walk in his ways, and to fear him. For Yah your father is bringing you into a good land, a land of streams of water, of fountains and springs that flow out of valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley, of vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of olive oil and honey, a land in which you eat bread without scarcity, in which you do not lack at all, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills you dig copper. And you shall eat and be satisfied, and shall bless Yah your father for the good land which he has given you. Be on guard lest you forget Yah your father by not guarding his commands and his right rulings and his laws which I command you today. Lest you eat and shall be satisfied, and build lovely houses and shall dwell in them. And your herds and your flocks increase, and your silver and your gold are increased, and all that you have is increased. That your heart then becomes lifted up, and you forget Yah your father, who brought you out of the land of Mizraim from the house of bondage, who led you through the great and awesome wilderness, fiery serpents and scorpions and thirst, where there was no water, who brought water for you out of the flinty rock, who fed you in the wilderness with manna, which your fathers did not know, in order to humble you, to try you, to do you good in the end. Then you shall say in your heart, my power and strength of my hand have made for me this wealth. But you shall remember Yah your father, for it is he who gives you power to get wealth, in order to establish his covenant which he swore to your fathers as it is today. And it shall be, if you by any means forget Yah your father and follow other mighty ones, and serve them, and bow yourselves to them, I have warned you this day that you shall certainly perish. Like the nations which Yah is destroying before you, so you are to perish, because you did not obey the voice of Yah your father.